Do you think your partner understands you? Do you think that your relationship is doomed because of your poor communication? Why do you think your partner is holding back from you and is afraid of talking to you or is hesitant to talk to you? All these will be discussed here in this discussion of couple communication. Love is very easy to do. Trust me, I can tell you that. The easiest thing is to do love. But to communicate is the hardest thing. That's where we all suck. So, let's dive into it. Please do not subscribe if you don't want to learn and gain the knowledge out of it. Otherwise, let's see why our relationships are doomed just because we don't focus on the communication. We more focus on the love only. But communicating the love is the most important thing. The first part is about finding the right time to communicate with your partner. What happens mostly, wherever we feel like, whatever we feel obliged to take out straight away. We feel obliged of our partners that we can say whenever we want to our partners because we love them, they love us. That's why we have the right to say and do whatever we want. That's not the human nature. That's why we all messed up in our relations. We have to respect the time and feelings of other person. That is why we love them. That's why we are in a relationship with them. That's why we say them a couple. Couple is meant to be respecting each other's feelings and time. Whenever you want to communicate something or you want to discuss something, either it's polite or hard, you have to see the timing, the things that are affecting others. If you are definitely in a relation, then what happens? You should know that something else is affecting them right now. You cannot mix up emotions at the same time. If something is bothering you and at the same time something else is bothering your partner, you have to respect their time and let them relax and come out of that zone. Only then you can see the reality. Otherwise, you will mess up the relation. That is the most common mistake that couples do. They don't respect the time. For example, going into a restaurant and discussing something in front of everyone is the worst thing you can do. You cannot be overheard when you are discussing something with your partner. The third thing that is coming in between you, the emotions of the third party, even getting overheard by someone, is going to mess up your relation. The effect on the other party is going to be totally different. Other than that, what you should do is you should find a very cozy, quiet place and decent space, not place, decent space to communicate with your partner. Only then you can have the positive effect of the conversation. Otherwise, you will go into arguments, and or even if not arguments, you will hurt other person and push them away in a way that you don't even feel like. You will just be sending your message only. You will not be reciprocating anything or any communication from the other side in a decent and positive way. You cannot discuss with your partner straight away when they are tired or overwhelmed with their personal events. Personal event is not only about you. It can be their other family members, their first relatives, their parents, their siblings, their friends, any issues at the workplace. Whenever they're coming from work, straight away you cannot bombard them with something to discuss with. That is crucial for you, but you are affecting it in a negative way. So it's always good enough to tell them beforehand or give them a heads up before you want to have a discussion so they can prepare their mindset. Their emotional state is relevant to you, not with other events. So whatever is affecting them, they will have that put aside if they have a heads up that okay, my partner wants to discuss with me something. Or you can say to them, hey there is something I want to discuss with you later on whenever you have time or whenever you are at ease to discuss something with me. So they will already know that now they have to make the emotional side available for their partner. So it is you giving them space, plus they already respecting you, that you are respecting their space and time and emotions. So this way a mutual respect is created, a boundary is created that we will discuss in other lectures about boundaries as well, that how important and positive are these boundaries in relations. So you are giving them a heads up to show your emotion and taking their emotional sides away from the other aspects of their life and bringing it to you. This way even they can focus more on you and you will be seeing the positive reaction out of every communication. You have to understand your partner. That is why you are called a partner. So a lot of couples, they have different preferences. So some of them will be having a preference to talk in the morning, early morning, when they're clear headed, and some of them will have a preference to do it in the evening, and vice versa. You will have different personalities. Obviously you have to work. Always I concentrate on working on yourself along with your partner, because without working it is not an easy thing. You cannot have everything on plate with your partner. That means you don't value your partner. You're not putting effort to understand their needs and their emotional state. So sometimes people like to discuss things into joint activities, into shared activities like cooking together, walking together. Then they will be discussing better with you. So you have to come up with that understanding with your partner, with your couple, other half, even if you're married or just a partner, whichever way you are living together. So as a couple, you have to find ways that suits your partner, not you. Eventually it will benefit you, but if you take care of your partner, their needs, their emotional state, their anxiety, and they're not giving them surprises in a negative way, then you will understand that how positively they will start respecting you, and your love relation will be way better than your understanding than a common couple. You have to see that if your conversations mostly are turning into arguments, then it is the time that you sit back and concentrate on this. You focus on that, what I am doing wrong or what we are doing wrong together. You either have to sit down separately and analyze yourself first, and then together as well as a couple. What happens, you have to take time separately without distractions for your partner to discuss things. You cannot intermingle things in front of everyone or in aggregated situations. You cannot. It will always end up in an argument. You have to see the respectable side of yourself and for your partner. Only then it is possible to have a productive result. As the writer says, it is important to have balance between difficult conversations and have sense of ease. Means you have to have a difference and create a sense of ease for your partner, that they can feel comfortable. Okay, I'm going to talk to my partner, but I can be doing it in an easy situation. I will not be feeling negative energy. I will not be feeling stressed. I will not be feeling a sense of intentional stress on me. So my partner is having understanding, and he or she is having my back on this conversation. You have to give this sense to your partner, this sense of ease. Only then you will be at a different level of communication. Then your level of communication, you will start seeing the difference slowly. It's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, even if you do it once, you will see the difference. But right now, you have to start from somewhere. Initially, you will see that a lot of time you will start focusing on right time. You will start on focusing on right places to choose for discussion with your partner. Then again you will see that, okay, still it's not working. We are turning into argument. But at that time, you're choosing the right time. You're choosing the right space, but not the right emotional state. So you have to consider every part for your partner. That is why you are a couple. Otherwise you won't be couple. Others, the third party out of a couple relationship, you don't have to bother that much. Still you have to bother. That is a different conversation we'll do. How do you take these things into account when you are dealing with business dealings or social dealings? But when you are a couple, that's why you are a couple, because you have to respect these things: time, space, emotional state, everything. And if all these three things are not aligned when you are thinking positively and separately, you have to be open to reschedule the event. Means the time of discussion. It is very difficult to leave yourself open to rescheduling, especially when you are in a mindset to discuss things. You want to throw that out directly straight away. But that is the beauty and the strength you have to bring to the relation. That is why most of the couple are not close proximity with each other in terms of communication, because they are not understanding the laws and basic rules of communication. The basic rules, everyone is aware of that, but they are not implementing that, because they start taking the relation as in granted way, because they think that they don't have the audacity now to consider this, and they think it's just granted. They take it for granted. They don't want to even give that much respect to their partners. That is why they automatically, the relationship is not giving respect to them. So you cannot expect that respect back from the relation, not from your partner, from the relation itself. Relationship is a separate entity of two people. So you cannot expect that respect from your relation then, if you are not giving that energy and respect to this relationship, the basic ingredients of this relationship, that is respect for their mutual feeling. Lots of time you will have discussion, they will not be staying on the main point. It is very important that you stay on the same point, means stay on the agenda. Especially in couples, it is very common thing to start on one point and you start going astray on different points. You start arguing and taking out or pinpointing different things from the relation when you are about to stay on the same thing. It is very important that you stay on the same agenda. You respect that agenda, that you are sitting down together after realizing the right time, right place, right energy, right emotional state. Even after that, if you still are getting into argument, that means you are not focusing on the point of discussion, you are just straying. So it is very important to sit down and stay and be strict with each other on the point that whatever we were going to discuss, we will stay on the point. Only then we will be positive and creating some result from that discussion in a positive way that will bring us more closer. So you have to make each other understand in a positive note. That's why we were discussing all these ingredients in terms of couple communication, so you can be at a better place in your communication of your couple relationship. Hopefully you have learned a little bit at least, and you are accounting and self-accountable now for yourself where you are doing wrong for your partner. So don't start pinpointing others or the other half. Start analyzing yourself and then let me know what you learned and improved in your relation. Otherwise, please do not subscribe, and because you're not going to get anything and waste your time by listening to this. Rest of the things we'll be discussing in the next chapter. Hopefully you are learning a lot more than your expectation. Thank you very much.